I am Reverend Rob Schenck, S-C-H-E-N-C-K, with the National Clergy Council. Next to me is Mr. Jordan Sekulow of the American Center for Law and Justice, the Reverend Mike Crowder of the National Clergy Council from Utah, and Father Paul Schenck of the National Pro-Life Center. All of us are involved in the various legal aspects of this case. We have just heard the arguments. You will hear shortly, of course, from the attorneys general and the lawyers who argued before the justices today. And at the heart of this matter is a mandate. It came up many times. You'll hear from Mr. Sekulow the legal commentary on that. And there are lots of nuances in this very complicated case. The question today is the first hurdle. If we get beyond that, we have a very serious question, and it is for those constituents, millions of them across the country that I represent, Catholic, Evangelical, Orthodox, and Protestant, who even if you ask about an individual mandate, must face the question of their own conscience, of what is right and what is wrong. We care very much about those who need health care, but it is the question of how to deliver it to them without compromising their freedom of conscience. We believe that in this law, the state has egregiously violated its boundaries. In other words, there is an egregious boundary violation between church and state. So we will be commenting on that as we move along. This is a restriction on the freedom of conscience for Americans. And that is a party yet to be heard from in this case. But Mr. Sekulow will comment on the legal aspects.
Yeah, my name is Jordan Sekulow. I'm the Executive Director of the American Center for Law and Justice. We represent 119 members of Congress and 189,000 American people in this case. What we heard today I think was great from Justice Alito. He asked the Solicitor General of the United States, today you're telling us this isn't a tax, tomorrow you're going to come and tell us it is a tax. And that's exactly what's at the heart of this case. On the one hand, the government passed a law saying there's no tax here. And then tomorrow we'll come into court and say, no, we have this power because we have taxing power, and it is a tax. And I think Justice Alito picked that out today. And what we're going to see as this case continues to develop this week is that this is hurdle number one. Can we overcome the Anti-Injunction Act? And I think we could see from the court today that there are big questions on whether or not the Anti-Injunction Act even does apply here. Our position, of course, is we represent 119 members of Congress who believe that this is wrong, that believe that what this Affordable Care Act does is something that is outside the power of the federal government. Thank you very much.